Hello everybody and welcome to another LEGO book review. And here I am with the LEGO Adventure book. And this is basically a continuing version of the LEGO Adventure book, so that might not make any sense to you. So what I mean by that is there is another LEGO Adventure book. This is actually just called the LEGO Adventure book. There's no number 1 or number 2. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea. So they should have called it the LEGO Adventure book number 2. So this is the first version. These are surprisingly, they're made on the same, they're made in the same year. If I were to take a guess, I believe it's August 2013. So, I just recommend, if you buy this version, I would suggest getting the first version as well, because they kind of go together, because they have different themes and stuff like that. And this book was written by Megan Rothrock. It contains 200 pages, actually. Like I said, it's written in 2013. And this is a non-LEGO product, so this is just made by a random LEGO fan who loves LEGOs and probably want to share their creativity and imagination and their, master building LEGO skills. So they wrote this book, and therefore it makes the book really cheap because it doesn't really have the LEGO brand name stamped into it. So it ranges from $24 to $26, depending if you live in the United States, Canada, etc. So this is the book, and let's get right into it. So going into the book, we will notice from the first glance that it does have a hardcover similar to the first LEGO Adventure book, and the display is slightly different. The first LEGO Adventure book is based on the blue theme, so you will notice the blue banner across the top of the cover, and also as you first open the book, you will notice that blue detail inside when you first open the book. But this book is slightly different. It's basically the same thing. And just to let you know, the LEGO Adventure book is a mixture of comics and LEGO building instructions. So this is basically a continuing version of the comic book. When there's this lady. I actually don't really know the story because I haven't read it for a very long time. Because I'm too old for this book because it's kind of like for younger kids. So as I open the book, we will notice that the cover is slightly different. It's orange. And I have read this book as well. I've had it for 3 years and it looks perfectly new to me. So, if you haven't seen my first LEGO Adventure book review, I would suggest looking at that because I explain most of the details of, all the LEGO Adventure book stuff. So, in my previous video, I kind of explained how the chapters are really easy to find in this book. So, for example, let's say I want to learn how to make, for example, maybe a fortress, and I can just look through all the chapters, and there's different themes, like you can learn how to make boats, like Star Wars type stuff, and all different kinds of stuff. So here I found it. The chapter is called A Veritable Fortress, and it is highlighted as a dark brown. So all I have to do is I can just flip the page sideways, and I see dark brown right here, so I can just put my fingernail in there, and then within just a couple seconds I can just be right there. Now I didn't open up to the exact page that the chapter page number was directing me to, but you get the basic idea. So this book, like I said, it's really easy to find the chapters. The only critical thing I would say about this book is that the instructions can be quite difficult to understand. Similar to the first adventure book, like as you know, this kind of does already look pretty complicated. Normally you would expect just to make this already would take like 3 pages to do. So, when you make a book, you only have a limited amount of pages to write the instructions on. So therefore, they try to make it very compound, and they try to fit it all in this one page. Well, not exactly one page. It really depends on how big you're making the thing. So this is what it should look like. Put together, so you kind of get the idea that that's probably about halfway there. And oh wow, yeah, it only took an extra half a page to finish it. So yeah, that's the thing about this book. The instructions are very difficult to follow. But if you are into comics, like you might be reading DC comics, the superhero comics, I would definitely recommend this book because if you have the first LEGO Adventure book, this is basically just a continuing version. And the only difference is that it leads you through different themes instead of leading you through, like what the cover pictures are, like vehicles, castles, dinosaurs, robotics, and mining. It takes you through other subjects like, just all kinds of stuff. Like pirates, these really weird looking Ninjago things, these spaceships that are non-realistic, medieval towns, kind of similar to what the first Lego book explains, but the themes are very different. And one thing that I actually really like about this book is at the very back, it has Lego building tips. So you might be wondering what these are. These are just the authors of the book. So if you go to the very back page, it actually has Lego building tips, which I actually really like, and I actually use it in benefit for my Lego building, for my tutorials and stuff like that. So this is really useful, and it can help you a lot. Actually, the first Lego Adventure book does not have that, so that's kind of a new thing about this continuing version. It has the Lego building tips. So I hope this tutorial, well, not tutorial, but review was useful for you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.